I just think VAR should just get in the bin. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of VAR. Oh, uh, let's get into it.
Leeds House.
Hello, welcome to the Leeds House with me, James. I'm on my own because it's too late for Kevin to get involved tonight, and it's late because I went to Elland Road to watch us do Norwich. So I'm quite happy about that. The Sunday Club is open at the Leeds House. Everybody, welcome. Or the one person that's watching, welcome to this show. It's a very, very happy show after the last two games. Please like, subscribe, share, and hype. And did anyone ever make anything from Art Attack? I don't know, just popped into my mind today. We've got a comment already. It's my man Einar. Evening, mate. How you doing? Are you happy? They didn't score, so your prediction was wrong, but you know, it is what it is. We're still through. Yeah, so yeah, man, I'm tired. I've had a long drive, but it's been a happy one. We'll talk about the game as usual. I'll have a little brief overview of it. I've got a few little talking points to go through. Yeah, we'll get into it. I'll try not to keep on too late tonight because everyone's probably tired. Yeah, mate. Shit result, really. Well, I mean, you can't please everybody, I guess. I guess you can't believe everyone. Anyway, so that result that Einar's talking about, that was shit for him because he, got it wrong. But was Leeds 3, Norwich zilch, and it was just a pretty damn comfortable game in the end, wasn't it, guys? Pretty comfortable. Also, I missed that one. Sorry. No, I'm happy with the result. Hello, Fogel. How you doing, mate? How about that? On to Palace. Yeah, exactly. On to Palace. Yeah, so the game sort of went and turned out how you would want a cup tie to go. Fairly comfortable. Not really exerting too much energy, pressure, not being dragged into extra time and penalties, i.e. like the last round. I'll get the team up so we can have a look at who he decided to start with today. And I think everyone can pretty much guess what he was going to go with. Perry back in goal for the FA Cup. Bornau, Bio, Ampadu, Goodmanson along the back. Tanaka Longstaff playing that central midfield pivot with James, Perot, and Nonto, the attacking three, with Mecha up front by himself. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the team that he picked. I was pretty content with it. Seeing it, he's given a few players a run out that everyone's been crying to get them in, and for the majority of it, they were pretty good. But if I do say so myself, but the game sort of like I said, it was a very, very controlled performance from Leeds United. We acted like a Premier League team playing against. It was pretty much like the derby game without them scoring a goal. I thought Norwich were poor first half, particularly. They have been pretty good in the league. Fergal, what you say? I have to say, Nonto, Jones, and Beard had good game. Yeah, they did. I'll get onto some of the talking points, mate. Yeah, you're right. They did. And AO, yeah, and AO Tanaka. Very, very controlled first half. I didn't think I've seen it happen. I was there. They didn't have their first shot till like 40th minute of the first half and dragged wide. But yeah, we controlled. I predicted that we'd win 5-0. I've mentioned that in the comment in the talking points as well. And we scored 5 goals, but unfortunately, VAR decided to say that Nonto handballed it, and he sort of did touch his arm a little bit, but I thought it was a little bit harsh on him. Metcha scoring a goal. I thought that spurred us on a little bit after that. I thought we just stuck it on him a bit more. And Goodmanson, good run down. Thought he took it a little bit too far, cut back, and Longstaff just turning into Ronaldinho and flicking it and volleying it into the goal. And then it was Goodmanson's turn to score after assisting. James sort of getting back up to speed, gets down, cuts it across. Sort of, I think a defender sort of doesn't clear their lines properly. Falls to Goodmanson. It's a decent finish. And we go into the second half. I think that. Oh, sorry, I missed a goal. I missed Nonto's header. That he was offside, to be fair, but just he looked way more offside than it turned out. Decent header, but yeah, it's offside. Second half, I thought Norwich come out a little bit better. I thought they tried a little bit harder. They were causing a few little problems. The ref apparently just comes, oh wow, that's the rumour. Wow. You know what, Fergal, the refs and VAR, I'm sick of talking about them. The refs are the refs, so just crap. Some things I've seen today, major things, but just little annoyances that it's just like, what, fuck off. Sorry, where was I? Yeah. Oh, we've got a new Nigel Cross. Well done, Leeds United. Good luck, and hopefully you go all the way and win the FA Cup for your brilliant fans. We're missing our 2 best strikers plus our best midfielder, Pele Matson. Oh, you're a Norwich fan. Thanks for coming on here, mate, and giving that comment. We appreciate it. Yeah, I thought second half, what Norwich come out a little bit. Like they were trying to win the game for they started it pretty good, stretched us a little bit, pushed us back a little bit. We sort of lost control of the game a little in that second half. For Tanaka got his yellow card, and Longstaff was on the yellow card, and you could see they were losing the battle a little bit. I think that's why the subs were made, which sort of swung the game back in our favour, and we took sort of control again. Stack doing what he does best, driving from the midfield, winning the ball, playing it out to Metcha. Metcha does well, lays it off to Perot, and I said he weren't ever going to score this season. Same about Goodmanson as well, to be fair. And it was a lovely little finish. He also hit the bar as well, so could have been a higher score. But 3-0 is very comfortable. Perry looked pretty comfortable in goal. Was tested a little bit, few little grass cutters across for him to gather. He did one lovely long throw out to Metcha to send him on his way. Or was it Nonto? It might have been Nonto, actually. I think they had a really good chance to sort of score at the back post, but I think, in fact, you know what? It was a pretty good tackle by James Justin on the cross, but it sort of, when he blocked it, it sort of sent it through Perry's near post and onto the sort of the far player, and he sort of snatched at it, clipped the post. But I think if it would have been on target, Tanaka might have stopped it anyway. But that was probably their best chance. Yeah, but after that, we sort of took control and could have scored a couple more. And Perot hitting the bar, yeah. So yeah, quite a comfortable game in all. Like I said, I did expect a little bit more from Norwich because I know they've been doing well in the league. They're in a bit of a poor form, and sort of, I think they beat Coventry, took some points off of the teams as well, sort of going up the table. So I was expecting a bit more, but fairly comfortable in the end, even with all the changes. So yeah, my first little talking point, which I've already mentioned, but I'll just say it again anyway, because I like to give myself a big head because I don't really get my predictions right because I'm stupid with them. But this one, I was being a serious one, and technically did score 5 goals, even though 2 of them were disallowed. We did score 5, so I'm going to put that down as a right prediction for me, for once. I can't really claim that I'm ever going to get any predictions right because I'm always predicting like I don't know 11-2 and shit. So I'm going to take this one. I'm taking this one. On to a couple of the players that were brought in. We've got a comment. Who is it? Who is it? When TNT show Road on, he had an Eminem vibe. Did he? I didn't see, mate, because I was there. Took my dad for his birthday to watch us get into the quarters for the first time in 20 plus years. It was nice. But I didn't see Road on, mate. I didn't see him. You saying Eminem as in the rapper or Eminem as in a chocolate sweet? He's just in a big chocolate sweet suit with an M on him. It must have been the red one because he's always red, isn't he? It's a big red M&M sweet. Or you're talking about the rap? It would have been funny if it was a sweet, but fair enough. Yeah. So on to the first player. Thought Nonto played well today. Didn't do his chances any harm in sort of pushing for a more game time. Really busy. Fouled a few times, and lucky with his handball. And just straight offside. It's a good header actually, but yeah, I thought Nonto played pretty good. Still, there's a little bit of you can see with these players that I haven't had a lot of game time that there is that little bit of rustiness here and there, but on the whole, I thought he played pretty good. Another one, Dan James getting better, doing what he does best. His crosses were pretty good today. Sort of contributed to the second goal, going down the outside, swinging the ball, and he put a few good crosses in today. And then that was definitely a shot, wasn't it? It was a shot when Nonto headed it, but he can play it. He can blag it, can't you? But yeah, he's getting better, getting back up to what we love him for, just running really fast beyond defenders. It's going to be a big outlet for us in the sort of closing stages of the season if he can just get back to his sort of fastest best of what we've seen him do for the last few seasons. So it'll be good sort of option to have in certain games, having his speed up there. So yeah, good. The next bloke. Now, I thought Tanaka first half he was quality, pretty much controlled the game. Didn't give the ball away. Broke up play pretty well, getting his body in the way. Always an option for the ball. Really comfortable. Press resistance. His quality. I know it's against Norwich, and I'm not obviously knocking Norwich in any shape or form, but he was really good. Second half, like I say, I think the game started a bit like we were losing a bit of control. And I know Longstaff was on a yellow card. Stupid. I don't think he should have been yellow carded. It was a really poor, refs. Yes, Tanaka got a yellow card as well, so the two of them were on a yellow card. And as I say, Norwich started that second half quite brightly. They were trying to get back into the game. And he sort of faded a little bit second half, but again, it's not played a lot, and you can sort of put that down. But he didn't. Again, another one who didn't do his chances any harm. I think, as I say, I've said it before with like players like Tanaka and Nonto, they're in a very unfortunate place to have in a team that is fighting for survival. They're not the best defensively, especially against better quality. So I understand why they don't get the shouts that they probably want. I think in a more comfortable position in the league, if we can get to that point, and if we're not looking over our shoulder a bit, maybe you might see a bit more of players like Nonto and Tanaka. But in a game like today, against Championship opposition, I mean, even if we play, you know, if we get one of the big teams in the next round, I hope they still play because obviously it's a cup game and it's like, but that's that's why I'm thinking that they're not getting as much game time as we'd like to see them. Um, yeah, like and sub. Virgil's told you, and if you don't, it's gonna come round your house and put some Doc Martin boots on and just boot the bottom of your doors in, just the bottom. Yeah, like and sub, please, guys. Um, yeah, so yeah, Tanaka really good first half, and just if we can get to a point where we've got a few games left and we're safe, I do think you might see a bit more of these. But even if they can come on in the game and be effective defensively, um, we might see them a bit more. But that's my understanding of why we haven't seen a lot of them. I haven't put this talking point, Buonanotte not getting on, and I'm not bothered about it, to be honest. There's a lot of players, a lot of fans complaining about it. It's always something to complain about when you're a Leeds fan. And Buonanotte is the player of choice now. You always want what you haven't got. I just don't think he's been very good when he's played, and that is probably down to lack of game time. But that's not our fault. That's not Leeds United's fault. Or he hasn't had a lot of game time. I said this before. If it had came when he should have, we probably would have seen a lot more of him, and he probably would have, been integrated into the system a lot better. But now you're sort of throwing him into quite a settled team. Um, and when he's played, he hasn't looked very good. And I know you can't just, you need minutes, but what can you do? Maybe just give him a few games in the 21s. I don't know. It's just a random one, isn't it? Because when you're getting a player like Buonanotte in the January on loan, you almost need them to hit the ground running when they come in and get the chance. And if they don't, scared to then put them in very very tight games, which I can imagine we've had a few of them, and we're gonna have probably a few more. Um, I know. I thought that was Kevin's job, peeping windows and all. Wow, he just peeps windows. Fergal's gonna boot your doors with his Doc Martens on. I'm over for the Wolves game, so I'll have time to come round to your houses if you don't like and sub. See, there you go. And he's got more than one pair of Doc Martens, so just just be mindful about that. Yeah, so that's my take on these players and Buonanotte. Buonanotte is just in a very unfortunate position, um, and it's almost like these these players they've got a tight knitted sort of group, and I'm not saying that he can't fit in, but when it comes to the game time, not facts. Like he's very he likes a small group. He likes consistency. He likes performances. I think he understands why when Anote can't just come on and turn it on. But if you're good enough, you should be able to fucking do it. You might play. You might play. Like I said, it'll be the same sort of situation. If he's on the bench at all and we're comfortably winning a game, you might see him come on. Or even the opposite. If he's on the bench and we need something miraculous, you might see him get some minutes. But I don't see him starting another game now. even in the next round of the cup, unfortunately for Buonanotte. Um, little shout on Parry as well. Didn't really have a lot to do today, but he's looked pretty comfortable. His kicking was pretty good today. Didn't really put any out of play. Finding found players. Did one, as I mentioned earlier, one really good distributed, a nice throw that cleared the length of the pitch. I didn't went over the halfway line anyway, and I think I think it was Nonto. It was a good ball out to Nonto. So it is it is it's something you can use. It is a maybe get him up, come up and take the long throws. To be fair, it'll probably just go straight out the other side for another throw in, so maybe not. But yeah, he looked sound, he looked solid. Like I say, his kicking, he wasn't really tested too much by the Norwich team. Um, yeah, but little touch on Perry. Yeah, unfit, like maybe not unfit. I mean, I think as a professional footballer, you should have a decent level of fitness, but maybe he's not Leeds fit because we do work hard. We're a hard working team, and when you're in competition with Aronson and you see what he does, he just doesn't stop. He's like a Red Bull wind up doll. You fill him with Red Bull. You have to hold him because his legs keep going. You have to hold him still, top him up with Red Bull, and then just set him off, and he just runs. He keeps running, like in his house. He just runs all around the house, doesn't stop running. So when that's your competition, I think anybody will look unfit coming in. Um, Hopefully he'll get his chance to show what he can do because I've seen him play. He is a good player. He's a technically good player. Um, but it's just whether it's going to fit into us at the moment with where we are in the league, um, what we're needing. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. On to the next one. It looked good in the ground, but watching it back when I got home, fucking good goal. Good goal that was. You Goodmanson, he does what he very good at driving with the ball, and you think he just overhits it a little bit, and you think it's going out of play. And I, when I, s- like, I'm sorry to keep mentioning I was there, but I was there. And from watching it, you're almost thinking, "Oh, this VAR going to come up and say that the ball's gone out of play?" But it didn't. He did well to get it in, and he's cut it back to Longstaff, and the touch is good, but the swivel and the volley, because it's really close to his body as well, and he's a bit of a gangly player. So the sort of touch up and the swivel and volley into the near post is actually a really, really good goal from Longstaff. And it's what we needed. We needed to get a goal because you didn't want it to be one of them games, FA Cup games, or even a game like Sunderland. I know we didn't create a lot really good chances against Sunderland, but have so much domination and help with the goalie and have goals disallowed for VAR calls and offsides and then Norwich got sneak, but fucking really good goal from Longstaff. Martin Cook, hello mate. I predicted 4-0, so the two chalked off VAR goals make me morally correct. Well, I predicted 5-0, mate. So I'm claiming that as the proper prediction for me. So if you want to as well, you jump on that bandwagon. I don't mind. Because I don't think the Nonto one was a handball. It did sort of touch his arm. So in theory, it should have definitely been 4-0. And so you can claim that victory in that one, mate. But I'll say 5 because the header as well. I'd still buy Fundo, him in the summer if he's available, and Longstaff had a good 60 minutes before he got tired. Um, yeah, maybe like having him in the summer and really getting up to speed with the fitness of what this team needs, going to need from you. Possibly, but it's whether we identify different players, mate. We'll see. He needs to show something because if he just doesn't, I mean, we can all say he's a good player, but if he doesn't show anything, I don't think Fark will buy him. I'll say it's not fucking Fark buying him, but you know what I mean. Um, On to the next man. As I've just mentioned, great assist for Longstaff's goal, and he fucking scored a goal, which blew my mind because the man, the man shooting up until his goal has been diabolical. He's the worst shooter I've seen, and it's volleys from the outside the box. His grass cutters that have gone wide. They've been terrible shooting. And then it falls to him in the box, and he just pretty good finish. And I've talked about Goodmanson, and what he brings to us, and the positions he gets into is driving with a ball, and I keep saying like if he can just add a bit of end product to his drives, his assists, and getting some goals himself. It's been the one thing missing from his game up until today. And he's gone one game and he's got an assist. He's got a goal, a good assist and a good goal. So hopefully that'll give him a little bit of confidence and going forward, and maybe he can add a bit more because there's been so many times when he's got in such good positions and his ball's just been off, or the odd occasion where he has got a pretty decent ball in the box and there hasn't been people in there because they can't keep up with him because he's a fucking steam train when he gets going. But I am chuffed for him, chuffed for Goodmanson getting an assist and a goal because, like I said, it's something he's probably been missing from his game. I know he's a fullback, but you know the way our fullbacks play. Justin scored, Bogle's I think has he scored this season? He's got a few assists anyway, Bogle. I think so, mate. I can't remember him assisting. That was the thing that I kept wondering about him that he needed to add because I thought the way obviously that we play as a team, Fark, the way he wants his fullbacks to sort of take part in the attack and his engine on him, the fact that he can get up and down and he just breezes past players, breezes past everybody. And just it was just that final little bit missing from his game, and now he's got it in the FA Cup, and more power to him because if he can just, like I said, if it gives him a bit of confidence and he can add a few more in the end of the season, it's like when you get that first goal, first assist, sort of like you break the lid, and it's like now he's going to be top scorer. Probably not, but we can all pray, we can all hope, and another guy who I didn't think was ever going to score again for Leeds United. Definitely not this season. Alpero hit the crossbar. It didn't look like the keeper saved it, but we got a corner off that. But whatever. I ain't complaining. Um, I thought he played well today, Perot. I thought he did okay. So okay, no, he played better than okay. Linked up pretty well, getting about the pitch. And then his finish is just. At first, I thought it was James Justin that scored, but then when it was Perot, his name was announced. I was so chuffed for him because I have felt a bit sorry for Perot this season because he is a good finisher, and the games he's sort of played in and come on in this season. He hasn't really been able to do a lot. Um, so I'm glad he's got a goal. I'm glad he finished. It was a good finish as well, but he did play well today, Joel Perot. Um, Last half hour he came into it. He did. I mean, it just shows the fitness. I mean, he's another one that hasn't played a lot, but he's managed the whole game. Same with Nonto as well. He stayed on the whole game. He did. I thought he was good throughout. To be honest with you, mate. Let's hope it's Port Vale in the next round. Wow, I was thinking about this because I think everything's fixed and there's corruption, and they like creating narratives. So if Arsenal get Port Vale, they're going to be trying to push the fucking quadruple, aren't they? That's what I believe. Joseph would have been a contender to play in the cup, but instead he's languishing in the Spanish relegation zone, still waiting for him to tell his side when he's playing for Mansfield with Tottenham. I don't want to hear his side of the story, to be honest. I didn't he ask to go out on loan, so he got what he wanted. I mean, the thing is with Joseph, he started as the starting number 9 last season. And he started pretty well. He scored a couple of goals. He was involved in some of our goals, and then he had a couple of games where he missed chances, and he just completely went off the boil. And then obviously Perot come in and did what he did. So he had the chance. It was his position to lose, and he lost it. And he couldn't get sort of back into the team. He was playing bit parts here and there. And it comes to the end of the season, and then he has to go out on loan because he obviously knows that if he's not really getting game time in the Championship, he's going to struggle to get it in the Premiership. So, yeah, definitely, mate. He did blew it, mate. Yeah, so I'm waiting for this draw tomorrow. Obviously, we're all hoping for a home Port Vale draw, or even, do we want a Southampton? Have we got over that hoodoo? It's different manager for them. Do we want Southampton to sort of quell that? Couldn't beat them a few seasons ago. I'll take them at home, to be honest with you. I'll take Southampton at home or Port Vale, but it's more than likely going to be Man City away, isn't it, guys? Who cares? Who cares? This is the season for us. This is it. I said it at the start. Probably said every bloody every season. And when we start a cup campaign, and can we go on and win the cup? Can we go on a good cup run? But we are actually going on one this year, which is good. One match from Wembley. Oh no, I don't agree with it though, mate. I don't agree semi-finals being played at Wembley. I think it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Stupid. I think it should be how it used to be, when they pick like a different ground. Um, Wembley semi-finals. It just takes the whole point of wanting to get to the final to play at Wembley. I think it's so stupid, but technically you're right, mate. One match. Joseph is blown at big time. I feel slightly evil for enjoying his comeuppance. I mean, if you don't want to play for Leeds, then I don't give a shit about you. That's the way I feel. I've missed a one. Southampton have a few good Irish players. Do they? Does that mean anything to you, Virgil? Are you a little bit? Oh no, I don't. Are you worried about that, or do you think we're just gonna do them anyway? Fergal. Um, but your bias, yeah, thought it would be. Easy B, hello. And like most fans, I rate our squad, but I don't rate fast. I mean, everyone's got their own opinions on Fark. I actually think it's quite good, and I think he's shown this season particularly that he can be, he can change things up, and I think he changed things up in the Championship as well. But we just didn't really notice it that much because of how much we dominated, and the odd game where teams just sat back and we couldn't sort of break them down. We just looked at him and saying like, "You're a bad manager because you can't break this team down." Sometimes overall, we pretty much dominated the whole league, and you're just going to get games like that. You cannot be 100% banging it in every game. I don't mind Fark. I think he's better than what people give him credit for. I think he's got the sort of the Norwich Premier League run holding him back a little bit. So But I do rate the squad as well, mate. Just like you. Yes, I agree that only the final should be Wembley. One more way in which they have spoilt things. Absolutely, mate. Everything's been spoiled. Even the fucking the playoffs next year. That's changing as well. So you can finish eighth and technically get in the Premier League, which is fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Some of the way things football, I can't even speak. The way football is nowadays, it annoys me more than it should. 7 wins is not good. He's too cautious. Mate, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I think in a lot of them games, we've just been unlucky. You can say setup's a little bit cautious at times. Maybe you're right in some senses, but I think in a lot of these games this season, we've played well in pretty much every game. There's been like two Arsenal games and a couple of other games where we've not really played very well, but for the majority of them, we've been really competitive, and it's been really shitty goals and bad refereeing decisions that have stopped us from winning a lot more points. That's just my opinion. I think Vag's okay. It's unclear how the season will go. If we are relegated, should we keep Vag? There is an argument for it. I tend to favour holding on to managers. See, I'm a bit old school, me mate, and I think like having having a manager who can implement a way of playing, and it can be effective when when it works, and if he's got the right players. Um, I believe in that wholeheartedly, but I do actually believe that if we get relegated, he'll have failed and he'll be sacked. He will be sacked if we don't go, if we go down. He'll be sacked, I reckon. If you're looking to bring someone else in when we get promoted, then he'll definitely be gone if we get relegated. Which I mean, don't know. I don't know if I agree with it or don't agree with it. I'll understand it because I just understand how football works nowadays. Even though if it does annoy me at some in some regards, um, but I do believe in consistency and having a way of playing continuously and building it through your club, through your whole teams, building a squad that can do that. But when you bring in a new manager every season, it's just everything just changes. You know, it's a new way of playing. It's a new set of, well, maybe not a new set of players, but maybe a few new players will have to come in because they'll have to change it. But you know, Thomas Frank is your choice. I mean, not by the evidence of Tottenham. I'd say he's had a pretty good team with Tottenham. Now they're going to be relegated. Hopes. I don't know. Like I said, he was good at one club and he's bad at one club. We'll see. We'll see. Um, yeah. Back to my rant about football. So there's the playoffs. Now, if you finish eighth, you can get into the Premiership, which I think is stupid, along with the new formats of the European competitions. I think it's such a shit idea. I think it's crap. I don't even when you're in the Premier League before and you know the knockout sort of European competitions, you strive to get into it because it's like now the way the leagues are formed, I don't really care about Europe. When you look at the Champions League and it's the last 16 and six of them are English teams. Fuck off, fuck off. Football is turning crap. Martin O'Neill would suit as well, regardless of division. Would he be tempted from Celtic? Don't know, mate. This is obviously talking about if we get relegated. Do you know what the thing is? I think there's a number of managers that would love, especially with the stadium development that's going to happen, even if we get relegated. I mean, I know I don't want us to get relegated, and a lot of fans will absolutely melt down if we do get relegated. But we are still on a sort of trajectory where we're growing as a club. And if we do get relegated, I think there'll be a host of managers that will want to come in and come into the project. But if they do, If we do get relegated and they sack him, again, I'm gonna be like, well, you need to give them time to build. Got to have time to build. Could be even if we stay up. See, if we stay up, there's no reason why I would sack him because that was his remit. I think new format in the championship is good because if we get relegated, it's a safety net. I mean, well, it is, but I just don't think it. I think it's just a money grab, isn't it? It's more games to showcase to the playoffs. I think the playoffs are good enough as they are. I reckon. I mean, even finishing there's when we finished third, I hated the playoffs. I thought we should go straight up because we're the third best team. um, Playoffs, I don't like them. I would have changed the championship to 20 club division, automatically promote the top three, and have a playoff between fourth in the championship and 16th in the Premier League. Uh, I don't know about that. I mean, like everyone's got so many different ideas and plans and stuff. I don't know what I'd do. I mean, I think the championship's a great league. I like the championship. I don't like being in it because of what it is, but even when you're in it, it's sort of fun, isn't it? It's a fun league to be in. The Premier League is depressing sometimes, just how it is, and when you see the ref bias, the refs, fuck the refs. Even today in the even I was about to say in the FA Cup, even today, some of the decisions he was making was mental. There was a point today where I think Metro went down with a head injury. He had to go off the pitch in the second half. I think their goalkeeper and the defender they clashed or they bumped heads or something, and the physios come on to check on both out. Goalie obviously could stay on, but the player he didn't have to go off. He didn't have to go off the pitch, and I was like, why don't he have to go off? Some of the things, man, football nowadays is just annoys me. Do you know what? If I didn't have this enormous love for my football club, Leeds United, probably wouldn't be interested too much because I'm so invested in the team and I want us to do well. But the rest of it is turning into, ugh, yeah, turns my stomach a little bit. Do you agree the 49ers have been absolutely, mate? I mean, if you consider, if you consider like the last 20 years of some of the owners, we had GFH, the poorest fucking Saudi owners in the world. They were tweeting fans, asking fans who they should buy. Chelino sacked everybody, sacked fucking Brian McDermott, and he weren't even the owner yet. He was getting chased around. Like our club has been a bit of a laughing stock, and 49ers have come in and they've absolutely stabilised us. We own our ground. I mean, I know Radrazani sort of helped sort of buy the ground back, but I didn't even mind Radrazani. That he was a bit mental, and Orta was a fucking bit of a nutcase and stuff. But bringing in Bielsa, they stabilised us a little bit. They just didn't have the funds to keep us going. But the 49ers, people are calling them chancers, and they're just here for a quick buck now. And that you don't spend 100+ million on a new stadium redevelopment if you just want a quick buck. It's stupid. I think they're absolutely stabilised us, and I just think we're on a good path of growing. Absolutely do. I think we're in a few years we're going to be, if we don't get relegated this year, especially a few years, we'll be winning the league every year. I'm very optimistic. I've gone well off track anyway. Let's get back to what I was talking about. So back to the game. So keep your comments coming in there, guys. Keep them in. Keep coming in. Keep asking questions. I love this shit. Better than talking to myself. Yeah, the game control performance. I thought it was just exactly. Um, a perfect tonic for the last couple of games. I thought it was exactly what we needed. Just a good, solid. I wouldn't say an easy performance. It was just a very wow put together performance from us. Controlled for most of the game. As I say, second half they sort of put us under it a little bit, but we did well. Um, I am impressed by their ownership and impressed with their loyalty to Fark, even though I wish they'd sack him. Well, they nearly did, but I'm chuffed that they haven't. I'm absolutely chuffed that they haven't sacked him. Um, I mentioned it before. Like, if you give Fark the players, if we improve the squad year by year, or even this year, if we improve the squad again, um, I think the way he wants us to play football, and we watched it for a big chunks of the last couple of seasons. For a lot of the games, we like rarely give away chances, and we created a lot of chances, and we dominated the ball. Now, if you're giving him the players to be able to do that in the Premier League, I don't understand where people's um, worries are with him. It's just the fact that he got relegated with Norwich for 2 seasons, and it's like this whole idea of he plays his favourites, he makes subs at certain times all the time. He doesn't react quick enough. Like, there are certain managers out there that believe in consistency. They believe that if they put a team out and is watching the performance of the team, although the result might not be going the way we want it, the team's performing to the standard that he wants, and he'll make changes when he thinks that he needs, where he thinks players are sort of lagging a little bit. It can be a little bit frustrating, but I trust him. I trust him massively. And I think that, like I say, if you give him the players for him to play the football he wants, and they're good enough, like if you look at players like Gabby Goodmanson, like he's a massive upgrade on Firpo, as good as Firpo was in the Championship. Gabby Goodmanson is a massive upgrade in terms of his output, and if you can just add goals and assists in the Premiership, amazing. Stack is getting better and better. The two free players that we've got, I think they've been absolutely sound. If you just add I think if you add to us a quality goalkeeper, maybe Perry is that, maybe he isn't, but if you add a quality goalkeeper, a quality forward, I mean, as good as um, Albert Lewin's been for us, I think we need something else as well up there, because he has done well in the chances that he scores, but he's missed a few as well. I'm not knocking him because he's been great for free and he does a lot of work, but we just need something else. Um, Fark's weakness has always been his away setup. This season, particularly, I think he's just been very cautious about, because he knows how difficult it is coming up from the Championship, and he knows that he's probably going to get the majority of his points at home. So playing away, like the- even since the Man City game, our away performances have been pretty fucking good. I don't think we should have lost at Newcastle, and then all the other away games, I think we probably should have got more than what we've got. Brentford, Sunderland, Villa. Um, I thought we've been class, and even the Newcastle game, I thought we should have come out with at least a draw from that game. So as much as you can say he sets up defensively, if you actually just take away what you think or what fans think we should be doing, if you watch the performances, they've actually been really, really good, really good. Um, I think he's got a lot right this season. There are tweaks and mistakes, but everyone's human, and he always owns up to them when he does. Um, so I think it's been pretty good, mate. Parry is quality, in my opinion. Well, I believe there is a good goalie in there somewhere, mate. I do. He's not massively showed it yet. I think his reaction at times has been a little bit off, and his decision making at times a little bit off. I.e., the Man United game. I don't think he needs to come out. Cunha's going. He's been sort of going wide. If he stays on his line, I don't think he gets gets the goal. I think because he's come out, he's managed to just knock it past him. Um, That would be better with better players. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like that's the point I'm making. You've seen how dominant he was in a championship when he had the best players. I know it's a championship, but he had the best players, and we dominated, 90% of the games. And in the Premier League, with not the best team, with a good work ethic, a good way of playing, we've been very competitive. So I think that given better players, and you'll get better results. Logically, that's how it should work. Um, yeah, back to Perry, mate. I think there is stuff there. Just his reactions. He just needs to speed up a little bit. His reactions, and I think that's probably something that's come at him. That he's had to adapt to in the Premier League, because it is just like it's a physical league. It's a hard working league. But it's quick. Look, it's very quick decisions. I'm not knocking any other league that has been in or anything like that, but it's relentless. The Premier League is relentless, and mistakes in this league punished like so to the hill. So I think if he adapts to that a little bit, I think he's a big dude. He shouldn't be getting beaten for some of the places he should be getting beaten from as well. But that's yet to be seen. Hopefully, he can prove it. He can prove it. Love the comments there, guys. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Yeah, back to the game. I'll keep knocking back to it. When he did make the changes, I thought it got us back into control when he brought Stack on, especially Stack. He put Ampadu in midfield, Strout went into the back. Like, I think we have got such a good midfield to pairing. Like, not knocking Longstaff. I think Longstaff's got qualities. I think Tanaka's got qualities. Gorev, there's I don't mind Gorev for what he brings. I don't think he's a long-term player for us, but for this season, I think he's been fine. But Ampadu and Stack, if you build on them too, I think they're quality, and I think they're only going to get better as well. Ampadu's been class. He's had a couple of little mishaps, but for the majority of the season, he's been so good, so controlled, so calm, and Stack's just got better and better. And the fact, like, he used to, when he, same sort of thing, like just adapting to the speed. He used to dawdle on the ball a little bit, hold on to it a little bit, and sort of he'd lose it. But now you can see he's adapting massively, driving defensive work, and obviously he can ping in a free kick. So you build on them too. I think we're just flying up the league. Took the words out of my mouth, Perry. Yeah. I think the keepers we've had have suffered because Fark makes the team sit back and invite pressure. Again, mate, I don't know if that's it's not so much invite pressure. It's like you've seen us in this league where we press high, but you can't do that, like the Man City game, for instance. You can't be that sort of aggressive for so long, and like we have to understand our position in this league, and our quality. And teams are going to have the ball. This is the top league. This is the best league in the world, the most competitive. Every team can hurt you. Even look at Wolves now. Beat Liverpool. Every team in this league can hurt you, whether you like it or not. And I don't think so much it involves pressure. I think, like, again, it's that we don't give away chances. We don't give away lots and lots and lots of clear-cut chances against us. But again, you're playing against the best players in the world for some teams. And that's not. I think it's that you invites pressure on you. Sometimes you just have to accept that you're going to have pressure on you because of who you're playing against. But just not so much the keep, because the key. If you think back to when we were in the Premier League last time, That was pressure on keepers. Meslier, he had the most shots against him. He's conceded the most goals, and he saved the most shots as well. That's inviting pressure onto your keeper. Our keepers this season haven't had too much at them, and that's down to his defensive setup, the way he closed spaces down. He tries to block crosses. And again, it's not so much been Fark setup. It's just been in individual errors from my point of view. Watching games and just not picking up players in the box. Very very simple. Like we went through a period where when we lost them 4 games on the bounce, where we just continued to just let players just stand on their own in the box. That's not inviting pressure. That's not Fark going, guys. Just when you're in the box, yeah, just stand still. I don't think that's down to Fark this season. I think it's been against good teams and just switching off, but we'll rectify that. I don't rate Ampadu. He can't score and is limited. It'll be interesting whether another manager keeps Ampadu as a captain. I personally don't think so. Well, everyone has their different opinions. I think Ampadu is quality, mate. I think his calmness at times is it's almost like he's been playing in the league for a long, long time. He doesn't score goals, but I mean, it's not so much what he does on the ball as well, it's what he does off the ball. He's very he organises. He's always in that, I know it's such a stupid thing to say, but he's always in the ref's ear, and then sort of this day and age, when you've got whinging bastards all over the place, you need someone like an Ampadu to do that. I think he's quality. I think Ampadu's quality, but again, it's everyone has their own opinions on things, and it's you don't think he's good. That's your opinion, pal. That's your opinion. I think it's great. I do really think it's good. Anyway, it's gone on for longer than I expected it to. That's down to you guys. Thank you for talking to me. Yeah, so back to that game. The subs changed it. They brought back control. We went on to obviously score the third goal, killed the game off, put us into the last round. Which again, yeah, so that puts us into the last 8. Who we expecting? Who we hoping for? Who do you think we're gonna get? So who is it now? There's it's Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, mighty Leeds United, Port Vale, Southampton, and then it's out of who's playing tomorrow. You might want to help me out there. Is it Brentford, West Ham? Oh, I just made that up. I know someone. I think it's Brentford that. Yeah, because Brentford knocked out Macclesfield, didn't they? It's Brentford and someone anyway tomorrow. So obviously we're all hoping for a Port Vale at home. I'm thinking it might be Southampton at home, because then it'll just be championship, 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 all the way to the semi-finals. Yes, Brentford, West Ham. Yeah. So yeah, fine. Last day, first time since 2002, 2003. Mental. Well, not mental, because we've been on a bit of a journey, haven't we, since then, guys? We went all the way down to League One. Um, I thought he looked dangerous today because we had attacking players on the pitch. Yeah, but we're playing Norwich, mate, and you expect us to dominate against a championship. No disrespect to Norwich. We've looked dangerous in the past. Maybe not so much Sunderland, but even Sunderland, we sort of dominated the game and should have had a penalty. And them games always happen to Leeds. But we look dangerous against Man City. We look dangerous against Villa. We've looked dangerous in a lot of games, mate. So getting an early 2-0 against Palace probably will get Chelsea, but hopefully Vale or Southampton at home. Yeah, I agree. I've just got this feeling that it's going to be an Arsenal Port Vale game, and if it is, corruption, corruption, just corruption. They'll try and push this. They can win the quadruple and make it as easy as possible. I think everything's corrupt. I'm just a conspiracy theorist. I think everyone's out to get Leeds United, but that's why I love us so much because everyone hates us, and even our own fans hate us at times. Doesn't matter who we get in the cup, home draw is key. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've got one today, so our next one's probably going to be 2041. So it'll probably be away. But we can all dream and hope. We can all dream and hope. Um, but I'm thinking it. Obviously, I want a Port Vale. I want to do Southampton because I still haven't got over that playoff final. I went to the toilet and they scored while I was in the toilet, and I weren't sure who scored, and I was like, "Oh," I come out and Southampton had scored past us. So I want to do them. I want to knock them out of the FA Cup. I just realised Port Vale are bottom of League One. Fucking hell! I didn't realise that either, mate. Oh wait, they do have 4 games in hand. All right, okay. You're going for Chelsea at home. See, Chelsea, that we're a bit of a bogey team for them. I mean, they always give us a very, very easy goal. So, maybe I'll take a Chelsea at home. I'll take anyone at home, to be honest with you. I'm not Arsenal though. Arsenal are this year's Southampton, but without the 1-0s or the 2-1s or the 3-1s, they smash us. So not an Arsenal, please. Even so, they have a goal difference of -18, and it looks bad for them. Great. Port Vale it is then, please. You mean the playoff final where we just sat back? It was a shit game. I think both of it, they're both sat back. It was just a shit game, and we don't do well in playoff finals, mate. We don't do well in playoff finals. I've watched 3 of them, and they've all been shit. Doncaster, fucking Doncaster. It would be very Leeds to get Port Vale and then lose. Tom, don't say things out that. Don't put it into the stratosphere. God's sake. We did do that. I'd come back to this and remember this and cry at you, Tom. Anyway, on to next week. On to next week, guys. Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace away at Selhurst Park. How are we feeling about this game? I'm hoping this FA Cup games give us a little bit of a resetting of the nervous system, and like, right, let's get back to it. Let's get back to climbing out of this relegation fight. I know, Tom, you should punch yourself in the face. You're not allowed to jinx us. You know what? I'm sending Fergal around and he's putting his Doc Martens on. Is going to kick you in the shin. Sorry, mate. It's the way it is. We have a strong squad. We do. We do have a strong squad. Wow. I'm surprised about that. Crystal Palace are on the beach, hopefully. Hopefully. But the good thing about it is we've got a few teams around us. We've got Forest Palace, Newcastle, and Newcastle have just sort of beat Man United, didn't they? And Crystal Palace, all in Europe still. So I'm hoping, that could be a little bit of a, especially Forest, man. Spurs, fuck Spurs. One away win all season. The Sunderland game leaves me with no confidence. Fight will win it. Oh, easy B, easy B. It is one away win, but I'm going off the fact that since that Man City game away, we've been very good away from home. and been fairly unlucky. But even still, I'm gonna predict us to win 6-1. 6-1 for me. I don't know. Palace are hard to predict. Perennial underachievers, but can be good on the day and do have some good players. Yeah, they do. They do. Going for a 1-1. You know what the thing is, where we are and what we're trying to do. I'll take draws. Obviously, we want wins. It's the home games where we're looking. I know that we've just lost two on the bounce, but one of them was to Man City, and we were unlucky, and we should have, scored a few goals maybe. And one was against Sunderland, who were fucking diabolical, and we should have had a penalty. And that game had 0-0 written all over it. So, um, I look at the positives. Easy B, I'm a positive guy, especially when it comes to Leeds. I'm going 6-1. Easy B, what's your prediction then for the Palace game? You're going to predict us to lose? 6-1 for me. Oh, I forgot to do this. Of course, we can win if we play on the front foot. Well, that's it. Yeah, I think we just need to be a bit more clinical. We need Calvert-Lewin to be back in the goals, don't we? Absolutely, we do. I forgot to put this up earlier, guys. Sorry, well, I'll put it on now. That's a bit. This is the stats of the game from today. Them 7 shots, 6 of them came in the second half. They had 1 shot first half. 15 for us, 50%, 50% possession. 6 on target, 3 for them. 30 touches in the box and 8 for them. It's irrelevant. We won 3-0, but I just thought I'd put them up anyway because I took the time to fucking copy it and stick it on here, so I'll put it on. Yeah. So easy. What's your prediction for next week? We struggled to score with 8 defensive players on the pitch. You can't really count Bogle and Goodmanson as defensive players, though, can you? Because they are. Even James Justin, he fucking flies up that wing. Yeah. So next week's Palace, I'll be back probably at a more reasonable time than 10 o'clock. I'm sorry about tonight, guys. As I said, I went to the game, didn't I? So to come back and back in. Um, Kevin was going to come on tonight actually, but because it was so late, he has to get up really early, so he couldn't come on tonight. But you don't predict, not even a riot. Sorry, it's a poor joke, but thanks, James. Pleasure as always. Thank you, Einar. Yeah, so next week should be back at the normal time, 7, half 7. As I say, with Kev. Kev will be back on hopefully next week. This is the Sunday Club at the Leeds house. And hope out. And remember, guys, subscribe, like, share, hype. And again, did anybody ever make anything from Art Attack? I don't know if any of you remember Art Attack. I'm quite old, so don't know. I don't know how young you are. Just random thought of the day. Nice one, easy. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you, Fergal. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Easy. Thank you, obviously, Einar. I think there's someone else. Forget your name. Popped on. But thank you for talking to me. It's been amazing chat as usual from here at the Leeds house. My name is James, and I will be here next week with Kevin. Please dream of us getting Port Vale and going on to bring the FA Cup home along with a top half finish. I'll see you next week, guys. Take care.